What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? I'm here at work a little bit early today, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. This is the 100% potential BURTER card, or BATA, whichever way you want to call it. But here's the deal. He does have the nuking passive of 10% increased attack. Also, if he does attack first, he's got a high probability of evading attacks. Now, initially, I thought about investing into evasion, but I went ahead and did level 7 for additional attack and level 8 for critical. I thought about using dodge to counteract the ineffectiveness for, you know, times that he can't attack first, but I don't know. I kind of took it with the balanced approach, taking advantage of both the SA defense increase and also the nuking passive. Now, this team is really built around the NAMEK Saga category, and you know, just kind of built a team around that. Attack output isn't as high, obviously, because it's only 77% increase to attack, defense, and HP. But you know, there's enough of the Ginyu Force members that I kind of wanted to you know, use a team that would include all of them. And obviously, you know, Kid Gohan provides a better boost than the agility Rose card, and I don't have the strength Rose, unfortunately, so this is why I went with this option. And you know, honestly, it might be better to go with that option because it gives you a free-to-play preview of, you know, this card's potential and, you know, the team cohesion and all that. So I did have to include LR Frieza just to fill in for a slot. He doesn't necessarily link well with any of the guys, but again, that's the only reason why he's on there. And this is the Super Saiyan 4 Goku event. I just happened to choose an event that had a bunch of strength enemies, so that's kind of why I went with that, because I do want to showcase the BURTER card, or BATA card, whichever. Alright, so this is going to be kind of a continuous flow, just so you can see the overall, you know, structure of the team. Since everyone is part of the NAMEK Saga category, you'll see how everyone links up to this point. Now, we are still missing Gurudo, and I will note that Ginyu here is not Dokkan Awaken. I missed out on it when he was released, so. And yeah, it's definitely nice to have Jace or Jace on here because he does foresee the enemy SA if it is coming. So I think, you know, that's one of the biggest incentives about this team, is having his ability is very nice. Now, in terms of the agility BURTER card itself, I actually wish, instead of a 10% increase to attack, I wish they would have just made him a fully defensive unit where he's got high probability of dodge, as well as the 10% increase per key for defense instead of attack. I think the team would have been much more interesting if that function was built in instead of an attack nuking passive, I think. And it is nice that he only does require 8 key to get his SA, as you can see here. But, you know, that's kind of why I went with the additional attack and criticals. I mean, with the critical, he hit for about 460,000, so definitely not bad output. And I don't know, I just felt like the increase of, you know, 10 or so toward dodge or evasion wouldn't really benefit him as much. I think he can dodge well enough, I guess, if he does attack first, but I didn't really want to force him to be in first slot every time, so that's kind of why I chose additional attack and critical. So like if it doesn't look good to put him up front, I could just put him, you know, second or third slot and, you know, collect enough key to where he could potentially get an additional attack to, you know, let his defense stack, and then you know, higher damage output with his nuking passive, and then a, you know, potential critical. So that's kind of what I was thinking when I was building this guy. And really, I mean, I have the whole team in mind when I was actually working on these guys, you know, how they would work the best as a team versus individually. I mean, because individually these guys aren't top notch by any means, but as a team, combining all their skills and passives and all that, I think there's a certain unity with that, and I think they could work really well. Alright, so let's see how he does with the type advantage. I think in the last one, neutral type with the critical, he did about 460,000 against the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let's see how he does against the Great Ape. So 325,000, and then no critical, but hitting for about 400,000. So no real complaints there. I mean, it is only a 77% boost on both sides. Now with the LR Tech Ginyu, I guess that'll provide a 100% boost, and even on agility teams or strength rose team, you're looking at 120% boost. So his output could definitely be substantially higher, but again, I wanted to go really more toward the free-to-play format. That's kind of why I went with this team setup. Essentially, every member on this team you can get in the game without summons. So I figured it'd be a good idea to showcase free-to-play styles every now and then. But yeah, I mean, this team is definitely pretty decent. I just wish I had the full team already, so I could actually test it out on tough events and see how they would actually do, and like Boss Rush and the newest Dokkan events and whatever. Alright, we've got the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Alright, so I will have to use some defensive items because Rikum is a type disadvantage, and even though he has a defensive buff, I'm expecting him to take a decent hit. So go ahead and see what happens. He's got like 4 attacks, 2 attacks after he attacks, so hopefully you can kind of see how his dodge is, in terms of probability. Alright, so 250 without critical. He didn't really dodge there, but he has, even though he's not the very, very first person to attack. I've seen the dodge activate, even with that. So I guess as long as he attacks first within the team, he's still got that passive active. I mean, that's what it seems like anyway, because otherwise there's no way in hell he would be dodging if that wasn't the case. So alright, so he is gonna super, but as long as I use actually he should be fine, because he's got a defensive boost. If it's only one enemy, I think the damage reduction is 40%, so he should have enough here to survive the super attack from Goku. I don't know how much it'll take, but I'm sure it'll be a decent amount, but it shouldn't be crazy. I think it was about 67 to 70,000, so that's actually not too bad. Yeah, so the 40% against one enemy as part of Ginyu's passive definitely does help. And then I think if it's 2 or more enemies, its attack and defense increased by 60%. So it goes both ways, I think. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm actually gonna test this out and put Barter at the end and see if the dodge actually kicks in, even though he's not the first to attack. Is it based on the enemy, or is it based on his position? You know what I'm saying? So we'll find that out here. And Rikum, I mean, his attack does stack after he gets attacked quite a few times. It's only 5 times that requires him to get to the 70% max anyway. Alright, 300,000, not too bad. So obviously, yeah, unless he attacks first, the passive will not activate. So just wanted to verify that visually, that was the case. So alright, let's see how things go here. And Gohan should be able to defend pretty well, and I should be able to go into Dokkan mode with the card to be showcased, which is the Agility BURTER card. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to using this team with a decent optimal team setup with decent leader skills. Right now it's a little bit limited and they're not necessarily linking up well with each other, so it's not as at its full potential by any means, but you know, it'll be interesting, I guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and not activate any supers with anybody here. I think I just want to save it for Burter coming up, so let's just kind of go through this round and just survive through it, and then hopefully finish him off in the next one. And I'll position it to where he'll collect enough keys to benefit from the passive. Like I said, I think I would have preferred it to be 10% increase to defense per key collected versus attack. I think dedicating him as, you know, fully speedy defender, you know, would have been probably a really good feature in a team, you know. Yeah, he's gonna take a hit. Yeah, 14,000. That's what happens when you have type disadvantage. All right, let's just go ahead and collect this key, and then we'll get started. And I'm guessing he should be able to finish him off here. Looks to be about 458,000 too, so maybe around that area, a little bit less probably, since Goku does have pretty good defense. Well, actually, with the critical hit for 1.2 million, so that was definitely above my expectations. Alright, so that's kind of the brief preview of the Agility Burter and also some of the Ginyu members. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later.